I said, I'm not allowing my daughter to be used by TikTok, to be used by Disney. I have a say-so. It's two things I said. Tell her security not finna be in between me and my kids. And also tell her don't have my daughter wearing lipstick on TikTok. They tried to medicate me. I was exhausted. They wrongly diagnosed me. And they when I asked them, how much lithium did you want to put me on exactly? It took them 4 days to answer because they were embarrassed about the amount.
24 hours before the raid, Kim Kardashian decides to unfollow Diddy, right? Well, come to find out, this person by the name of Lou Taylor is apparently Diddy's manager.
That a mother sat down and decided to sell her daughter's body for fame and money.
Kanye West appears to be at it again, causing issues for his ex, Kim Kardashian, this time accusing her of filth and exposing her for supposedly attempting to pimp out their daughter, North. Kim has already come under fire for putting North in compromising positions, but Kanye believes she has gone too far with her current actions. Kim recently arranged for North to meet streamer Kazanad. Let's just say that folks didn't take it well, and Kim has threatened to sue her for custody. But Kim is not going to sit back and let Kanye take her baby away. Listen, this is a heated mess, and you should sit back because things are going to get crazy.
I don't know what kind of strings they're pulling and who they're pulling them with, but this must have cost a pretty penny to do. This is one of the most obvious displays of nepotism that I've seen in a really long time, and it's also one of the most disgusting displays of the entitlement of the whole Kardashian and West clan.
Mr. Kanye West is that he will continually make life difficult for Kim, particularly with their oldest daughter, North. Kanye is clearly not a fan of Kim's parading of North around the business for what he refers to as personal clout. He also brings up their previous agreement to keep their children away from the media, which Kim is unwilling to respect. The situation is upsetting, and there are claims that Kanye is considering filing for primary custody of their 4 children. Now, I am not sure about everyone else, or if you are aware of the agreement, but I'm referring to the one they made before they married. Interestingly, there were indications that Kim disliked the arrangement for obvious reasons. I mean, her family built a fortune by airing their intimate life on television and earning hundreds of millions of dollars from it. Kim abruptly changed her mind after North was born and began to push for North to appear on the show, despite the fact that they had agreed. According to a source, Kim is very interested in having North appear on the show. Kim has always been honest with her followers, but when Kanye stepped on the scene, everything changed. Kanye cuts Kim off whenever she brings it up. He doesn't want his only child to go on the show because he thinks reality television is tacky. He does not want North on show. He will be overjoyed when Kim is finished with the performance. To be fair, Kanye has a completely legitimate reason for wanting to hide North from the media. Even though she's only a child, she already has a large number of detractors online. People love to nitpick even the smallest details, such as when she asked the paparazzi to stop taking photos because she is uncomfortable with all of the attention. Yeah, North wasn't thrilled about being the focus of attention for strangers' cameras. And who can blame her? But shockingly, she received a lot of backlash for it. Kanye has been on a mission since the beginning to keep her safe from such hatred. Things only got more intense after North started her own TikTok page. Technically, it was a shared account with Kim, as TikTok requires you to be at least 13 to have your own account, and Kim discovered a clever loophole by making it a shared account. But let's be honest, it's entirely North's playground. She runs the program, posts the majority of the content, and occasionally includes her siblings in the videos. Kanye has made it abundantly obvious that he does not want North on TikTok, and he confronted Kim, stating, "Since this is my first divorce, I need to know what I should do about my daughter being put on TikTok against my will." However, Kim defended herself, claiming that Kanye's relentless attacks on me in interviews and on social media are more damaging than any TikTok North could generate. As the primary provider and caretaker for our children, I do my best to safeguard our daughter while also enabling her to express her creativity in whatever media she chooses under adult supervision because it offers her joy. She went on to say that divorce is painful enough for our children, and Kanye's preoccupation with trying to control and manipulate our situation in such a terrible and public way is only making matters worse for everyone. I have always wanted a healthy and helpful co-parenting relationship since that is what it is best for our children, and it saddens me that Kanye is making it impossible every step of the way. To be clear, we are not here to criticize Kim's parenting abilities. It's just that her and Kanye's approaches to raising North are diametrically opposed. Kim has always been more laid back, and let's be honest, the Kardashians live and breathe social media, so it's no wonder she's forcing or letting North to go into the spotlight despite Kanye's preferences. In addition, Kim has made some very significant efforts to protect North's future, aside from her extremely large trust fund. She also applied to trademark North's name in 4 separate categories. The first group contains non-medicated skin preparations such as moisturizers, lotions, creams, and cleansers. The second trademark describes toy figures, while the third promises advertising services. The fourth category comprises entertainment in the form of information provided via a worldwide computer network in the realms of entertainment and popular culture. Yes, Kim was attempting to cover all bases in order to make North profitable. Despite this, Kanye has often chastised him for not allowing him to have a voice in how the children are raised. In one tweet, he stated, "I'm the kid's father." In the caption, he added, "I have no say in where your children attend school." People tried to accuse him of being petty, but he shot back, stating that the Kardashians were influencing him over his children and that he didn't appreciate how his girls were portrayed. He remarked, "Anyone who claims I'm spiraling when I express the undeniable truth is a sheep. Shut up and worry about your own children. I clearly deal with wars at the highest level of control and discrimination, given the level at which I operate. I know girls who sell their bodies in ways that do not align with how my daughters are represented." To be fair to Kanye, there have been several occasions where Kim placed North in situations where a youngster had no business being. Kid, for example, caused quite a commotion when she arranged for North to hang out with rapper Ice Spice. Yeah, it was kind of strange, but I mean, Ice Spice is incredibly popular with the kids. But let's be honest, these kids and preteen females shouldn't be her core audience, but it appears that they are. Fans slammed Kim, accusing her of forcing North to grow up too quickly and act beyond her years in this video.
Let's get off the phone with Kim. I told her to stop antagonizing me with this TikTok thing. I said it's never again. I am her father. I know y'all don't respect. I said I am not allowing my daughter to be used by TikTok, to be used by Disney. I have a say-so. Most men do not. There's no such thing as 50-50 custody with in society today. That's not even. It always leans towards the mom. But right now, and I'm happy that you guys got to see just a small piece of what I dealt with.
Kim didn't avoid criticism on other fronts either. People blamed her of exploiting North to gain prominence, especially after Kanye married his new wife, Bianca Censori. However, Kim's decision to bring North to the mega event last year sparked outrage among some. Now let us give Kim her due. I think she killed it with her dress. She was doing hair, makeup, and everything else. At least she didn't commit any fashion offenses, right? Her killer beauty, however, was not what got everyone talking. It was her decision to bring North to the Met Gala that had everyone talking. Let's be honest, it made her look horrible. Now, for those of you who are wondering why Kim received so much criticism for it, Let us explain. There is a lot to unpack here. First and foremost, the Met Gala has a rigorous age policy. Attendees must be at least 18 years old. North wasn't even close to reaching double digits yet. This ban was implemented during the 2018 gala, when Elle Fanning caused controversy by posing with a wine glass at the age of 19, which is not legal drinking age. The Met Gala was chastised for failing to protect youngsters, prompting a complete ban on underage attendees to avoid further controversy. The idea was to keep the spotlight on the clothes rather than the guests' ages. Kim's decision to invite North along appeared to be a huge mistake. Kim made North her +1 for the Met Gala, which may have been sweet if North wasn't underage. But let's be honest, North appeared uneasy. Even in the photos shot before they arrived at the Met, she appeared unhappy and uncomfortable, exuding an anxious energy. Social occasions like the Met Gala aren't exactly North's thing, so it's unclear why Kim brought her. Just look at her expression in the video. People are persuaded she appears afraid. But things get even worse from here. Remember how I said kids aren't even permitted at the Met? North couldn't go inside. However, Kim did leave her own child on the street. Wait, she's completely overwhelmed. Oh my God, she seems lost. Physically, North appeared to be completely protected, surrounded by security guards. So that wasn't the main issue. But, as many have pointed out, why did Kim bring North to the Met if she knew he couldn't enter? Instead, North had to wait on the streets, being photographed by strangers and photographers, something everyone knows she despises. So certainly, Kim has a habit of doing things that irritate Kanye and the fans when it comes to North. And her recent Lion King performance was no different. North recently made her acting debut in the Lion King stage performance. It was part of the Hollywood Bowl's 30th anniversary celebration of Disney's iconic films. However, many individuals believe the position should have gone to someone with greater experience. There are plenty of students who would have excelled in that job, and it's unfortunate to see that North faced so much hatred when she was just a kid trying to pursue her aspirations. But this is when the drama begins. Apparently, Kanye is enraged with Kim over this. He claims Kim manipulated levers or possibly paid a bribe to obtain North the post. According to a source, Kanye believes Kim is exploiting North to build her own celebrity, putting her interests ahead of North's. Kanye made it clear that he wants his children to work for their opportunity rather than relying on their parents as nepotistic children of fame. He's adamant about it. He's not pleased that Kim is going against his principles. But there's certainly more to this tale. Kanye feels Kim's actions were motivated by jealousy and a desire to outdo Beyonce's kid Blue Ivy. Because Blue Ivy has been making moves recently, she first stole and completely demolished the show during the 2022 Renaissance Tour, and she's been a big influence to young females. She even stole the attention from her own mother with the Blue Ivy dance, which everyone does. They won't remove my power. And now it's been announced that Blue Ivy will voice the character in the upcoming Lion King film. And now North is starring in the Lion King musical. Kanye believes Kim may have pulled some strings to try to outshine Beyonce and Blue Ivy. As if, well, we all know Kim has a thing for Beyonce. It's no secret that Queen Bee hasn't warmed up to Kim over time. And there is evidence to back that up. Back in 2012, when Kim and Kanye first met, everyone wondered if Kim and Beyonce would get along, given that their boys were like brothers and Kanye and Beyonce were close. Despite Kanye and Beyonce's closeness, Bee didn't exactly give Kim the red carpet treatment. She made it plain that she was just concerned about maintaining courteous behavior. It was about making acquaintance and maintaining your distance. Well, in 2016, a source filled page 6 with the statement, Beyonce has never genuinely liked Kim. She has generally tolerated her due of their husband's closeness and their shared pals, namely Jennifer Lopez. she is always a little cold toward Kim. When they last hung together, Beyonce left the conversation as soon as she could. They usually have awkward pauses while they talk. Kim's determination to enter into Beyonce's inner circle knew no bounds. Despite Beyonce's prior refusal to accept gifts, Kim raised the stakes by sending a $150,000 gold box in the hopes of eliciting a response. However, Beyonce continued to neglect her. Undeterred, Kim tried to win over Beyonce with $10,000 worth of baby items when she welcomed twins, Sir and Rumi. According to insiders, Beyonce did not keep the garments and instead gave them to hospital staff to avoid any association with Kim. And at this moment, Kim began to reconsider her efforts, understanding Beyonce was not reciprocating. She was also upset that Beyonce had skipped her 2014 wedding to Kanye West. Jay-Z and Beyonce, who were supposed to be Kanye's best man, backed out at the last minute due to a family situation. However, Beyonce then uploaded photos from a vacation, hinting that she just did not want to attend and that the issue was really an excuse. So it became evident that Beyonce's absence at the wedding was not solely due to a hectic schedule. She apparently opposed the union and was uneasy with the event being videotaped for keeping up with the Kardashians. Beyonce was serious about avoiding reality television appearances. Needless to say, Kim and Kanye were really disappointed at the moment. She was so pleased for Beyonce to attend her wedding that she brags about it to everyone. Kim went all out, including engraving their names on marble at the location. However, Beyonce's absence left Kim feeling disappointed and humiliated. Despite Kim's efforts to reach out and make amends, Beyonce maintained her distance, persistently rejecting Kim's advances. After the episode with the baby clothing, Kim decided she was done being kind. That marked the turning point in her one-sided feud. But things grew even worse when Beyonce's frigid attitude toward Kim spread to Kim's children, particularly North. Everyone assumed that because North and Blue Ivy were similar in age, she had a built-in closest buddy. But that never happened because Beyonce apparently forbade it. Not only that, but Kim resembled Beyonce in a photo shoot for her Skims line. Then the Beehive called her out and ridiculed her for cosplaying Bee, leaving comments like, as Kim Kardashian's obsession with Beyonce is beyond creepy now. Her sinister smile can be seen every time she publishes a Bee cosplay photo on her page. She enjoys it. Even her Instagram page has changed from dull to trying to emulate Bee's lively, colorful poses. However, in 2021, Beyonce eventually gave Kim a birthday shout-out on her website, stating, "Happy birthday, Kim Kardashian." It was the bare minimum, but it was the first time Beyonce had publicly acknowledged Kim. According to Kanye, Kim is still obsessed with showing that North is a larger child star than Blue Ivy. This explains why she continues to force North into uncomfortable circumstances, such as the latest meeting she scheduled between streamer Case and Notting North. Kai is now in his 20s, while North has recently turned 11. So why did Kim think they should meet? What on earth were they even talking about? It was strange, and of course, Kanye despised it. I mean, Kai himself has repeatedly stated that he does not create content for children and has requested parents to shield their children from his content.
I don't know who thinks and believes that I make content for kids, but you're dumb as shit if you think I'm making the content that I make is for me and other grown ass. Bro, if kids tune in, you gotta call their parents, gang. That ain't me. That's what I be talking. You can't blame me. If kids is tuning in, also, if you do your research, you dumb bitch, type in content on Twitch. Click on my stream and see if it warns you to be 18 plus to continue further watching. I can call up my Twitch rep and say, hey, can you please take up that one? But guess what? I leave it. Wanna know why? Because hopefully you 18 plus watching. It literally warns you before you click on my stream.
But don't even get me started on how one of Kai Cenat's pals allegedly essayed a lady at one of his parties, and he protected the perpetrator. So it's not strange that Kanye would be against this. He understands directly how harmful the profession can be to young girls because he has been there, and he despises Kim's constant attempts to prove her supremacy by using North as a pawn. However, Kim seems unconcerned about this, and she scolded Kanye for attempting to take the high moral ground when he was exposed by not one, but two women for acting inappropriately toward him. One of the women even claimed that he and Diddy had attempted to essay her.
You know, if you know about like my past and like us being together, like she's very much reserved. I noticed as I was standing there just kind of just like wondering what's going on, Diddy kept looking at me and Kanye kept looking at Lauren, and like they were exchanging glances, and I'm like, they're like watching me strangely. And I'm like, okay, let me pretend to drink, and like I'm not actually doing it. And like that seemed to like make them happy, like me like pretending to like to join in. And immediately I'm like, there's something in this drink. There's something in this drink. And I didn't know what to do. And I'm like, okay, I'm fine. And like, I still haven't gotten scared yet, you know? Like, I'm still like, this is a bad situation. I'm creeped out, but like, there's no reason to panic. There's other men here. Yeah, so they're coming towards me and I'm like, okay, I don't know where my manager is. I don't know where anyone is. And they're coming towards me more and they're trying to like take my clothes off. And I'm like at that point where I'm like, this is not good, but I'm like still trying to like play it off. Just like, stop, you guys are stupid. Like, get out of here. Like, don't touch me. Like a little bit scared. And I looked to my left where his executive is. Like, we know him pretty well. Like, we've been around him a lot.
Kim's own daughter, Northwest, is reportedly moving forward to reveal her mother's terrible truth. Yes, you heard that correctly. North claims Kim has been using her for personal benefit and dragging her to Diddy's famed parties. And trust me, you don't want to know what happens at those parties. If these claims are true, they serve as a sobering reminder of how far Kim Kardashian has gone in her pursuit of fame and riches.
What's wrong? Don't scare me, please. What's going on? Like, I can't.
The feds are looking for Kris Jenner. When the feds raided Puffy's houses, they found tapes with evidence of Kris Jenner being part of some criminal activity.
Kim unfollowed Diddy 24 hours before that happened. She and Kris has close ties, but the FBI and law enforcement, they know something was gonna happen. They know everything.
So apparently, there is allegedly a secret video footage that has released of Kris Jenner in Diddy's house.
You choose to sign with somebody as truly evil as Lou Taylor, unless you didn't have a choice.
I think that Kim Kardashian caught that moment of femininity and sexuality. She is the it girl of what we're talking about. She is the it girl. She is the moment. She was talking about sex and people, that's what their show, that's how it became popular. It's who they were dating, you know, who they were sleeping with. She's crying about her sex tape. She's crying about this. Like, she brought forth the sex culture. So she is the icon from the moment that we're talking about, but I think we are actually moving away from it. The handwriting of Kim Kardashian, the three, I'm holding it up right now, the 3 sex tapes that her and her mother and him decided to choose between. Her mother was so involved. Did you hear him? She was so involved in the details. She wanted to pick which sex tape to release. And then she went to her friends and she sat down with the honchos and she sold her daughter's body for fame.
He sent out a warning shot, posting video of celebrities at Diddy's 50th birthday party. The Kardashians, Jay-Z, Beyonce, Kanye, Kevin Hart, every A-lister was there.
A mother sat down and decided to sell her daughter's body for fame and money, and she was successful, right? But there are two things here that we need to remember. Not only did she do it, not only should we be completely disgusted by the idea that a mother I just had a daughter, that a mother would sit down and watch various tapes of her daughter having sex with a boyfriend out of wedlock, and then say, let's sell this tape. This is the best one. You look the best in this tape. This will make you the most famous. Not only is that disgusting, but then that her plan worked. Kim Kardashian is a billionaire today, and she's, by the way, still selling sex. I now hold the opinion that Kim Kardashian is a prostitute, and I'm not going to edit this opinion. Kim Kardashian is a prostitute. Her mother is a pimp. Worse than a prostitute, Kim Kardashian is a corpse. She's a body without a soul. She is so emblematic of the society that we live in today.
This girl. So if you have not heard, Kim Kardashian allegedly had some videotapes and audio tapes that was actually recovered in the raid at P. Diddy's home.
So no, it is not an exaggeration to say that Hollywood is satanic, because what could possibly be more satanic than that? What could possibly represent a more incestuous, if you will, relationship than a mother viewing her daughter's body having sex and selling it? This is where we're at. This is why we tell you not to follow the Hollywood type. This is why you should not allow your children to idolize Hollywood. This is why you should skip the Emmys, and you should skip the Grammys, and you should skip every other show. Because the people that are receiving these statues, this form of idolatry, I will do anything for this statue. I will do anything for fame. I will abort my child. I will sell my child. You tell me what I have to do. These are not the people.
North left Kim because she felt abandoned and unwanted as a result of Kim's dependency on nannies and a perceived lack of quality time together. Furthermore, North claims that Kim has exploited her for personal gain, using her daughter as a tool for her own objectives while disregarding North's safety. Kanye West's reaction to North's decision has shocked the public. Kanye West has just thrown a curveball by filing a complaint with CPS against Kim Kardashian, saying she is endangering their adorable daughter, North. Kanye believes Kim's reliance on nannies for North's care is a warning sign, and he will not tolerate it. Kanye wants to be a hands-on dad, giving North the attention she deserves. We all know North has a soft place for her father, and Kanye is using this opportunity to take matters into his own hands. He claims that Kim's use of nannies endangers North's well-being, and he doesn't mince words. If you listen to Kanye's most recent song, you've probably heard about his sentiments toward nannies. He is not bashful in expressing this sentiment. But here's the shocker. Kanye believes he saw North wearing heavy makeup in certain social media pictures. Now, we are not talking about a teen experimenting. We are talking about a 10-year-old girl. Kanye took no time bringing this up with CPS. And guess what? They acted quickly, knowing it was in North's best interest to be away from the commotion. Kim Kardashian has once again herself embroiled in scandal. This time, the reaction originates from her choice to let her 10-year-old daughter, North, wear heavy makeup and false nails. And in a succession of alarming new photographs, followers and critics have expressed their concerns and displeasure of Kardashian's parenting tactics across numerous social media sites. Many believe that at the age of 10, North should be allowed to enjoy her childhood free of the stress and expectations that come with overly glamorized appearances. The images in question show North with dazzling acrylic nails, artificial eyelashes, and bright lipstick, which exacerbated the public indignation. Critics believe that such choices not only contribute to young girls' sexualization and premature maturity, but also send a negative message that emphasizes appearance and superficial beauty. Kim Kardashian's decision to allow her little daughter to dress up in a way that is traditionally associated with older people has sparked worries and criticism from a variety of perspectives. One of the most pressing worries is the possible impact on North's development and self-esteem. Childhood is an important time in a person's life since it allows them to learn and grow while also finding their own identity and sense of self. allowing North to dress in a style that is typically deemed more appropriate for someone older. There is a possibility that she will be exposed to adult concepts and pressures at a young age. This could impede her capacity to establish a healthy self-image and lead to an obsessive obsession with looks and external affirmation. Furthermore, by supporting such decisions, Kim Kardashian may be unintentionally propagating the sexualization of young females. This can reinforce negative societal messages that place too much emphasis on physical appearance and promote a narrow and unrealistic notion of beauty. It is critical to prioritize children's emotional well-being and healthy growth, allowing them to discover their particular style and hobbies free of adult-eyed expectations as a public parent. Kardashian has a responsibility to provide a good example for her children and the many young people who look up to her. Allowing North to dress in a manner more appropriate for an older person may confuse and blur the lines of age-appropriate behavior, conveying a troubling message about the appropriate phases of development and self-expression for young people. As a well-known figure in the entertainment sector, Kardashian's parenting choices have previously been questioned. Kardashian's children have grown up under constant scrutiny from the public. Some claim that this degree of exposure might be damaging to a child's growth and self-esteem. It's worth noting that while this incident has aroused outrage and concern, everyone's views on parenting approaches may differ. Some think that parents should ultimately decide on their child's look and self-expression. Others, however, express legitimate worries about the long-term effects these decisions may have on a child's self-esteem, self-worth, and societal expectations. North always wanted to be with Kanye West after Kim filed for divorce from him. Kanye has publicly expressed anxiety that Kim will treat their children, turning them into the next generation of fame-obsessed Kardashian influencers. However, when Kanye first began discussing his issues in public, most people accused him of tormenting him and portraying her as a bad mother. However, recent reports indicate that Kanye's concerns were not unfounded, and a Kardashian insider said that Kim is overindulging the kids in material possessions while allowing Nanny to do the most of the parenting and disciplining Kanye per spouse. Kim's music Easy with the Game teases him for relying too heavily on Nanny. I have feelings for the nannies, but actual family is preferable. The cameras are watching the youngsters. I'm not taking credit. Kanye then chastised Kim for lavishing the children with too much material possessions, claiming that the children are already getting entitled and spoiled. However, when Kim spoke with Jay Shetty in May, she was extremely open about how she manages everything on her own. Kim also claimed that she is doing everything by herself, including getting the kids ready for school and making their meals. You have no concept what's happening. It's like I constantly have to do one of my daughter's hair, and it has to be flawless and in a specific manner. And then this one needs me to put his shoes on, and they all need you. And it's like full-fledged lunacy, cooking, rushing around, like it's insane. Sometimes they fight when no one is present. It's up to me to play both good policeman and evil cop, which is surely a challenge. But Kim had no idea that her own children would expose her, particularly her firstborn North, who is becoming more like her father by the day. However, it appears that Kim is losing control of her narrative, as not only did one of her Kardashian insiders expose her for spending so little time with her children, but North is now publicly declaring she'd prefer live with her father, Kanye, because he doesn't have nannies. According to a Kardashian insider who talked with Life and Style last month, Kim buys everything her children request, but she delegated the hardest aspects of raising the children to the nannies. According to one insider, Kim spends roughly $100,000 per year on nannies to care for her 4 children, and the kids are clearly spoiled. However, when the Kardashian insiders realized how horrible this made Kim appear, they swiftly came to her defense, saying Kim works crazy hours and has no choice but to have a bunch of nannies take care of the kids. She has the means to provide extremely amazing stuff, and the kids are good. The source added that the nannies work very long hours for Kim because Kim also works a lot, like 14 to 16-hour days. But it seems like fans are not buying this idea that Kim K has 16-hour workdays. And even if she does, it's her choice. Because how much more money does she need? She could easily dial back the work to spend more time with her kids. And on top of that, fans also noticed that the kids aren't really attached to Kim, and it looks like she has no authority over them. But now, North, who is only 10 years old, is rebelling against Kim and exposing her for not spending enough time with her children. North began doing this a long ago, and she has often called Kim out for acting fake on social media and focusing on her following rather than her own children. It is critical to conduct mental health checkups on your friends and family members. You should be more terrified of your children than your pals. Kim first tried to laugh off North's statements, but it appears that she now has a serious problem on her hands because North is begging to move in with her father and criticizing Kim for hiring nannies and chefs. Instead of being a present parent in the November 2nd episode of The Kardashians on Hulu, Kim was shown talking to Kourtney about how every time North returns after visiting Kanye, she tears and berates her for not living a simpler life. North will go to her father and say, "Dad is the best. He has everything figured out. He has no babysitter, no chef, and no security. He lives in an apartment," and she'll begin crying. "Why don't you own an apartment?" "I can't believe we don't have an apartment." Kim shared that North enjoys cooking, so Kanye spends time with her in the kitchen making simple meals. However, back at the Kim K mansion, the chefs take care of all the kids' meals. Kim then appeared to throw some shade at Kanye, implying that he shouldn't be praised for doing something as simple as cooking ramen with North. "We produce our own meals. It's fantastic that you cook ramen." But people are arguing that Kim clearly doesn't understand. It's not about ramen. It's about spending quality time with the kids and actually being present. Sounds like North is saying she misses having quality time at home because at Kim K's there's always a team of people on deck to do everything for her, and she can't have a normal family day with her mom. Plus, the fact that Kim went against Kanye's wishes and continued to expose her kids on social media and on her reality show is another thing that probably adds to North's frustration. Kim's ardent supporters are now defending her, claiming that North is better off with Kim, even if she employs a nanny. One fan stated, "Kim always made them nannies babysit since each kid was fresh out of the womb." I think North probably wants to spend actual quality time with her dad. Maybe her and Kanye do fun things together like make cookies, cakes, tea parties, etc. And she doesn't want to do all that with a nanny.
Idea what's going on. It's like I always have to do one of my daughter's hair and it has to be perfect and it has to be a certain way, and then this one needs me to put his shoes on, and they all need you, and it's like full crazy madness, cooking, running around, like it's wild. Sometimes they're fighting and there's no one there, like it's me to play good cop and bad cop, so like that is definitely a challenge.
Kim's ardent supporters are now defending her, claiming that North is better off with Kim, even if she employs a nanny. One fan stated, "Kim always made them nannies babysit since each kid was fresh out of the womb." I think North probably wants to spend actual quality time with her dad. Maybe her and Kanye do fun things together like make cookies, cakes, tea parties, etc. And she doesn't want to do all that with a nanny.